Legator Ghost. Yeah, baby, this is 100% guitar. Oh yeah, Legator Ghost. This one actually looks like a ghost. Very ghostish. Welcome to another episode of Gary's Got Guitars. And today I've got a Legator Ghost. Headless. Look at boop, 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 boop. There's no head there, okay? I'm in love with all kinds of guitars, and headless guitars are fun. They're just fun. They're light. They hardly weigh that much. This thing barely weighs 5 pounds. The first headless guitar that I ever bought was a Steinberger, and as you know, Steinbergers are what you think of a typical 80s headless guitar to be. And the Steinberger was pretty good. I'll show you that guitar in a little bit here, and I'll kind of compare the Legator Ghost to the Steinberger Spirit, GU, whatever this thing is. They both have their good points. They both have their bad points. I played the Spirit for a little while, and I like the guitar. It's pretty good. I'm not crazy about the Steinberger trem. I think that's just one of the things you have to deal with headless guitars. Really not sure that they make a good trem for a headless guitar. The Kiesel trems look pretty good. In all honesty, these things I think just work better. This bridge is pretty good. It's not bad. I used this at a gig the other day. And the guitar did pretty well. I bought this thing about 2 weeks ago. Found a good deal on Reverb. This was a B stock. I'm not sure why it was B stock. Made in China. But a lot of guitars are made in China nowadays. There's not a lot we can do about it. I have an ESP TL6. I think that's the right model number. And it is most definitely made in China. And I never knew it. Played the guitar, loved the guitar, reviewed the guitar. And then I bought another one that was tan. The tan one, Indonesian made. And the Indonesian made doesn't quite sound as good. There's really, if you were to close your eyes, you probably wouldn't be able to tell which guitar you're holding. Not all guitar brands are like that. Not all guitars are so similar that, like those two are for whatever reason. LTD seems to be pretty consistent. So anyway, I'm not talking about that guitar. I'm talking about the Legator Ghost today. Now, after I bought the Steinberger and played that for a little while, never was real crazy about it because of the fact that I just had to tune it constantly. So if you're tuning a guitar all the time, it's not going to be a guitar that you love. It's going to be something that you have a love-hate relationship with. And I ended up just not really playing it too often. So maybe 2 years ago, I got this guy. This is what you consider a modern headless guitar to be. This is a modern standard design, modern classic, I guess you could say. It's just like a Stratocaster's modern classic. Les Paul, modern, or they're not modern classic. Those are classic classics. This is a modern version of a guitar that's going to become a classic. And Strandbergs are just amazing. They're great. So I bought the 7. I love it. I'll go over this guitar a little bit too, just to kind of compare. The 7 played amazingly well. So I wanted a 6-string Strandberg. I thought that's going to be the guitar of my dreams. Walk away, just knock it out of the park, call it a day. There's my dream guitar, and I'll be done. And then I got the 6-string in the mail, and I had some things I just didn't like about it. It didn't stay in tune. It had a whammy bar. It had a bridge, floating bridge. I don't know if it was floating, but it had a trem bar and all that. It didn't sound great. I was gonna upgrade the pickups, but I had so many issues with it. I just decided just for as expensive as it was to just sell it, and that's what I did. So I sold it. The final icing on the cake was that up high above the 12th fret, I've got pretty large hands, and I couldn't really maneuver too well up there. The frets were really, really small. Because of the fact it was a multi-scale, I had trouble getting my fingers in there. So, that led me to the Legator. And this intrigued me because I was looking online, and I saw a lot of people were buying this guitar called Earl or Ert or headless guitars, and then I watched a whole bunch of reviews on that guitar, and I didn't hear one good thing about the bridge. Not one. In either the trem version or the fixed bridge version. So I started researching Legator a little bit, and Legator didn't have always the best bridges on their guitars either, but the newer ones are better. So I was browsing Reverb, I found this guy, I negotiated down, and I bought it. So let's talk a little bit about it. What are some things that I like about this guitar? Some things I like. Okay. The neck is beautiful. Okay. It's a maple neck and a maple fretboard. There's nothing too fancy about it. It's not even, it doesn't even look like there's a finish on it necessarily, but it's got some nice design in there, some nice wood patterns in there. Something that kind of concerns me about the guitar is the neck just doesn't feel real solid. I don't know. I don't know how well it's really in there. The guitar just kind of feels kind of fragile somehow. Legators are like that sometimes. They have kind of this kind of cheaper. I don't know. They have to cut corners, I guess, a little bit to keep their costs down. These things are really affordable. There's a gap here. You can see that where the neck goes into the body, and also like this whole mechanism at the top here, the nut, I guess you call it. It just isn't perfectly on there straight. Quality control is it's really super lightweight. The size of the neck is really good. I like the neck shape. I think the blemish on this guitar, I think there's a little nick, there's a little something in the neck here. You just kind of feel it. It's not completely smooth. But I think that probably was the blemish that I got with the guitar, because it was slightly used, B-stock or whatever from Legator. Basically it was brand new, but all those things set aside, from a distance, the thing looks pretty darn cool, you know. Right now I have it tuned to E standard. Now the pickups, I'm just not quite totally sure about them. I don't know. They sounded kind of bright at the gig, but then when I listened to the game tape, the guitar sounded pretty good. It did not sound bad, to say the least. It's got a 3-way switch. I threw this knob on there. It looks kind of cool. I would say the fine tuners on this thing are a little bit sensitive, so you can travel a lot of distance without turning it very far, and it makes tuning a little bit difficult. You can get it pretty close, and then it seems to stay in tune pretty well, I think. So anyway, the Legator Ghost. This is the cheapest Ghost that they make nowadays, and I really like it. It's a good guitar. I give it a thumbs up. Let's see how these guys compare. This guitar is much heavier. The body of this one is... It's almost got the opposite of neck dive. This one's got body dive. It's on Zoom. Steinberger looks pretty cool. I like the look of this one better somehow. I think it's just the colors. If I think the other one was in black and had the white pickups and everything, it would look darn cool. So this is the Steinberger GU something. I'm so good with models, right? This guitar compared to the Legator has got a thicker neck. This is definitely thicker on this one. Both of them are C-shape. They're round. This one's just bigger this way and bigger the other way. I think I like the pickups in this one better. These are Legator pickups. I might slap some Legators in that guitar. I can't tune by ear anymore. I'm so used to electronic tuners. I'm sure that you really wanted to hear a guitar review where the guitar is completely out of tune the whole time. So, you signed up for that. So, don't think that this can't be in tune. I just didn't tune it. Okay? And take my word for it, it may or may not stay in tune when you're playing. Well, you know what I did lately was this thing's got a lock on it. The trem's got a lock on it, so I locked it. And I think maybe it'll stay in tune now. Don't use the trem. Okay, that thing is just a terrible design. I've never used a headless guitar trem that worked. So maybe the Kiesel one is good. So leave a comment and let me know if the Kiesel trem stays in tune. So now we're going to do the Strandberg real quick. Just to compare, and there's no comparison with this. This is a different beast altogether. This is a completely different price range. This guitar is a 7-string. It's got fan frets. Not tuned either. Here, just one eye tune. All the necks are a little bit different. This one's got an ebony fretboard. The Steinberger has got a rosewood, and the Legator's got maple. So, I mean, it's going to be whatever your preference is. All these companies make different fretboards. Actually, Steinberger only makes the one. I think they make ebony too, but so I think you can get rosewood, maple maybe. Yeah, I think you can get flame maple on the Strandbergs, right? So this is loaded with EMGs. So this is going to have like a real modern, heavy feel. Stainless steel frets. This is another. The Strandberger's got a totally different kind of neck. It's got an endure neck. The Strandberg and the Legator, though, are relatively about the same weight. And for as much as I paid for this one, the Legator actually does pretty well in terms of just ergonomics, in terms of just being fun to play. They're about the same size. They're about the same weight. And this one was a third of the cost. So would I buy another one of these? Sure. Would I recommend this guitar? Yeah. I think I recommend it. Yeah. The Legator Ghost Mystery model. I'm sure I'll put it up there and I'll put it on the description and all that stuff. All right. So that's about it. I think I should wrap it up. It's been going this is a long one. This is a long video. Headless guitars are fun. I'm having fun with this stuff. I hope that was interesting to you. So thanks for watching. And I'll have more videos and content coming up as soon as I can. Snowstorm out there. Be safe. Have fun in the snow. Don't just coop up inside. Get out there and enjoy the weather. And thanks for tuning in. Take care. Gary's got guitars. And Gary loves guitars, especially headless guitars. Wow. Legator, yeah, man.